Hi, this is Vilas and you're watching Making of the Filmmaker ESFF event powered by DiOS Film Production. Emirates Short Film Festival is celebrating its 7th edition this year. Over 100 films right from US, UK, all across Europe, India, Pakistan, Iran, Egypt, Turkey. List is not stopping though. Definitely from UAE too. All these films will be showcased right from 13th of December to 15th of December at Vox Cinema Dubai. Grand finale will be on 17th of December, the Friday. DiOS Film Production is offering platform to all the filmmakers to promote their films. Today, I've got a gentleman in our studio who is a banker by profession, theatre artist, and a documentary filmmaker. And yes, he's a very good friend of mine, none other than Imran Hussian and his team for the film The Other IFTAR. Nice to see you. Please welcome, please. Nice to see you, please. Welcome to Studio Imran.
Thank you so much, Manas. Thank you for having us here.
Pleasure. Can you introduce the gentleman?
Well, actually, he needs no introduction.
Actually speaking, I know him personally very well. He's a great DOP. But yeah, formally, let's introduce.
Well, he's a good friend of mine to start with, Joaquim Gonsalves.
Yeah.
He's a banker by profession too.
Right.
And he's been DOP for most of my production so far.
Right. Okay. So, Joaquim,
Yes.
welcome to DiOS.
Thank you so much.
Straight away coming to the point, the other IFTAR. I mean, we all celebrate IFTARs, but what is so different about the other IFTAR?
Yeah, Manas, our first documentary was Beyond Boundaries.
Right.
And after its success, we were looking for a subject which is very uncommon.
Right.
And after many months of discussions with myself and Joe and the other members of the team,
Yeah.
we came across a particular subject which is not very much heard of. Generally, in this part of the globe, when we talk about iftar, it's about huge iftar tents and
Right.
lavish dinners,
True.
But there is still a good amount of population on the other side which celebrate iftar in a very subtle manner,
Right.
and they are not very much heard of,
Mhm.
which includes like your daily wage laborers, your parking lot attendants, security guards, and sometimes also people from different faith who are not Muslims,
Yeah.
but on the important days of Ramadan, they observe fast like any other Muslim on certain days.
Well,
So-
I'm getting goosebumps, seriously, yeah.
So we wanted to film them, and that's how we named this documentary The Other Iftar.
Right. You keep saying it's a documentary.
Yeah.
And we always see different documentaries,
Yes.
but this is still a film. So can you just explain to our viewers, the difference and how because there is always an age between a documentary.
True.
It's just an info,
Yeah.
and the film is a story. So
Right.
how you are managing these both?
Yeah. What happens is we also shoot short films, myself and Joe, and sometimes others, cast and crew. In a film, it is scripted.
Right.
And we have the script, we have the cast ready. And even in the short films, which are scripted, we keep 20% leverage because sometimes, since you're a filmmaker yourself,
Yeah.
you know that sometimes impromptu on the floor, you get some idea which is much better than what you have penned it down.
Absolutely.
Unlike in a documentary, what happens is we know the approach, we know the
Right.
subjects.
Right.
In a short film or a film, there are cast, and here there are subjects or participants.
Right.
But the approach is not like it's not documented or scripted. We just go with the flow.
Right. Okay.
That is primarily the difference of documentary and short films.
Good.
But the technicalities and everything remains the same.
Absolutely. Joaquim, coming to you. What made you to pick up this particular script?
Well, the first thing that attracted me the most is I like myself watching, because at the end of the day, we're all lovers of film
Absolutely.
first. So it was interesting for me to be able to see something that we don't normally see
Right.
in other films.
Right.
We always see the lavish style of festivals.
True.
So that was what attracted me the most.
Right. And any particular moment or any particular scene you would like to emphasize on? Which was really difficult, but then we managed it, or it was not just possible. Anything?
I don't know. For me, it was the scene with the guys in the cart, Pathans and
Yes,
that
yes,
was-
yes. There is a very interesting scene where in Meena Bazaar in the old Dubai,
Right.
where there are these hawkers, who still
Okay.
have those physical cards whom we relate to Pathans.
Right.
They pick up the goods of, let's say, garments or electronic goods and transport from the by lanes and small lanes of
Mhm.
Meena Bazaar or any street there are where any car wouldn't pass by.
Right.
So they have a very interesting way where, like around 5:30 minutes time for iftar,
Right.
they pull out all the cards and they kind of assemble them. They interlock each other,
Right.
okay, and they arrange them in a particular order of 7 to 8 cards,
Wow.
and they go to the nearest mosques and pick up their iftars and come and have it over there. So it was, although there was challenge because it's very good to see it. It's visually appealing. You want to
True.
see it.
True.
I will not film it, to be honest. At the same time, we want to have it captured in our camera because we wouldn't get this opportunity again.
Again.
So the technicalities and the speed that they move, it's very subconscious for them because they have been doing it for many years.
Many years.
They just come and interlock it. We had to move around in all our directions.
Wow.
So that was the most challenging part. And there's another part which was not very challenging though, but it's interesting where just few meters away, in another side of Dubai,
Right.
in a parking lot, that's where all of them they assemble in the evening.
Right.
And one corner of the parking lot, they have the rice and the main menu prepared,
Right.
but they cut the fruits, the vegetables, the salad, they make the juices, everything over there.
Cool. So it's a real
Yeah,
footage
exactly.
which you have taken. It's
Yeah.
not made.
It's
not something the production and the art department has done. It's a real on the floor.
True.
That's absolutely cool. Question to you.
Yes.
As a DOP, and since he was speaking about the reality, you as the DOP of the film, how challenging was it? Obviously different angles and
Yeah.
was
That's
it-
a great question. Actually, it brings me back to something that attracted me first to
Yeah.
camera work. Primarily, I'm a photographer who likes to do documentary style photography. So
Right.
I'll probably go out in the street and capture moments that way.
Right.
So that itself gave me a little bit. I'm not tooting my own horn, but
Yeah.
it gave me a little bit of experience to be able to try and anticipate moments that we otherwise normally don't.
Right.
So it was challenging because you want to ensure that our subjects are, they're doing their own thing and not getting conscious. So that was a big thing.
Yeah.
So we went minimalist. We just had one camera, one lens. That's it. And then the rest was just us, trying to find moments together. Either I would find something or Imran would find something. We try our best to get there and capture it.
Right.
So that was a lot of fun actually.
In terms of film, this is your fifth film or second?
In terms of documentary, this is the second documentary,
Right.
and we had one later on, and which we are currently shooting.
Okay, so that's my in fact that was my next question to be. So what's your future?
The documentary that we are currently shooting on,
Mhm.
it's going to stretch across 18 months for the next 18 months.
Right.
It's titled 1971 Unification Archive.
Okay.
Basically, what we do is we identify people who have been here before UAE as a country was formed.
Right.
It was crucial states, and people came down here,
Cool.
and they have seen the formation of the country. The
Wow.
purpose of doing this documentary is, 50 years down the line, when some of us may not be around anymore,
Yeah.
this acts as a footage and as an archive for people to know that how exactly people lived here, the challenges they faced, and how they have grown. And the intention of this is to ultimately gift it to one of the museums or one of the colleges or institutes and the culture ministry here,
Wow.
so that many decades down the line, when people come down here, I still remember a very good sentence which when I was watching an interview of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed, he said that there can be no future without history. So it's when we don't value our history, we don't
Absolutely.
plan for our future.
Wow.
So that's the intention of making this documentary.
I mean, you see, again, the concept is the king here.
Yeah.
You see, it's not about a story, or it's not about the actors or the makeup and stuff. It's all about a real concept, And you said about Sheikh Mohammed, so yeah, a big salute to this, a great leader. A big thank you to the whole UAE for making us what we are today. How long did it take for you to right from the concept to the post-production?
The concept was, I think, 2 to 3 months before Ramadan, and the shoot was just pretty much in the month of Ramadan because it is a subject-based documentary, so it had to finish
During
that
that,
month.
yeah.
And then the post-production took, I think, another 2 to 3 months maximum, or slightly more.
Yeah, that was the one we faced a little
Yeah.
more challenge on because it was essentially just him and me putting it together.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah,
Overall, if you say it was spanning close to between 6 to 7 months.
6 to 7
To
months.
complete
And,
one
and,
documentary.
and the duration of the film is
It's 9 point few, 9
10
minutes and
minutes.
few seconds, close to 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah. So the all filmmakers, who thinks that filmmaking is so easy, well, it's not. As you can imagine, a 10 minutes film had took almost 6 months or 8 months down the line. That's where is all about the filmmaking. You being such a wonderful, you're a great friend, as I said, what message would you like to give it to our young filmmakers?
Well, you would face many challenges down the line, and besides being filmmakers, we are learners ourselves. So it's very important to have a very important subject. That's point number one. To have a very committed crew, and the last thing that you want is negativity on sets, which you know.
Absolutely.
You can teach someone acting or editing or anything that you take.
Yeah.
But one small negativity just
Negativity.
ruins the entire concept.
Absolutely.
And if you're going for a documentary or film subject-based filmmaking, just keep the crew as minimal as possible. That's what we do.
Mhm.
And do your homework properly. Have everything organized. Although we are up to date with technology, but we still prefer having things jotted down the same time. For instance, when we come across a particular scene,
Mhm.
which we know it will for sure be a part in the edit, in the final footage,
Yeah.
we immediately mark down the file number and the minute and the duration so that the editing is less time consuming. So we have learned this over a period of time.
Correct.
And in general, just keep going, keep putting your efforts, and just don't give up.
Yeah, that's true. Message from you.
from me, I would say specifically with regards to documentary,
Yeah.
just be open because you will learn a lot from all of these guests who come on our shows and on these documentaries. There's a lot you will learn, especially when you're dealing with something like history and IFTAR, which is very cultural. It really is a humbling process. So just be open to that, and all said and done, apart from the film, you will come away with good memories when you're making documentaries.
Any message from you, Joaquim, to the filmmakers?
Well, I would like to say that apart from the technicals, the first thing that you will come away with, specifically on documentaries, is a lot of memories and a lot of humbling experience, because all of the guests that you have on these documentaries, they have so much to share, so much of history and knowledge that it's just a beautiful memory. And when it comes to young filmmakers, I would say don't get hung up on gear and equipment. You can actually start with the best camera that you have right now in your pocket, the cell phone. So you can always film by that.
That's a good point. That tells me it's a time for a selfie.
Yeah, sure. Definitely.
Yeah. Here we go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Great.
This is all about the film, The Other IFTAR. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm pretty sure you too. A big thank you to all our sponsors, Walk Cinema, Grand Stores, DiOS Film Production, Fuji Films, and many more. You keep watching Making of the Filmmakers, another episode with another filmmaker, with another story, with another solutions and another problems. Till then, stay safe. Ciao for now.